Hey guys, this is Jordan, and I just wanted to come out with a video on the day of a mid to end game life skiller. What does my day look like? So basically, I just got off of work, and I'm just gonna kind of talk about um, what I do AFK, and how I kind of play the game. Now, currently, we're sitting at 501 CP. And as you can see, my boat is actually going in an auto path. So what I typically am doing am sailing. So this is my AFK activity. Um, so currently leveling up sailing AFK. Looks like I ran out of celerity drafts as well. But basically how I will start my day is I'll come home from work. I'll maybe eat some dinner, and then I will end up checking on my character to see if he's sailing. Now, sometimes I do disconnect, so my boat does stop moving. And you guys might be like, well, why are you sailing? Why are you not fishing for like AFK money? So typically with my AFK time, I like to do the activities that make either terrible money or are tedious to do. So, if you guys saw my video a long time ago, I brought out a video talking about pushing cooking overnight, and that's basically how we got 501 CP. So, how I got to 501 was basically I got done cooking. So, it took me over a year, and basically every night and before I would go to work, I would set up AFK cooking and until eventually we finally hit 501. You guys can go check that video out. I think it's just called AFK cooking or something like that. But basically, once I got done with that, then I set up some fishing, and I started fishing for the donkey gear, which is I believe it's called the pebble. Actually, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna start heading over here. I think it's called the pebble. And so what I will typically do is I'll come home, I'll give my boat a little bit of rations, and then I will auto path back over to Portiferia. And this is so that then I can go pop Villa for 4 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, and then once I get there, I'll unpause it. Actually, before I get there, I just wanted to like talk about my life skill levels. So we're Guru 50 gathering, we're Guru 10 fishing, 55 hunting, 52 cooking, 50 alchemy, 50 processing, Guru 2 training, Guru 1 trading, Guru 11 farming, and Master 6 sailing, and Master 16 barter. So right now, currently, my AFK time is towards sailing. I'm trying to get to Master 10 by just AFK sailing. No sailies or anything like that. Or killing sea monsters. Literally just setting up an AFK sailing. So if you guys were curious where I do it at, I have an AFK sailing video showing where I do it at. You guys can check that out if you would like. But basically, for my AFK time, it's going to go towards sailing. And then once I hit Master 10, I'm going to actually end up going back to fishing for the donkey gear. So the donkey gear gives you 10% life XP. So I'm basically just going to be doing that until I get to Guru 20. So that will then occupy my AFK time towards fishing. However, if things change and PA's like, you know what, we're going to raise the CP, now the CP 600 or something, then I will end up actually going back to cooking to push my CP up overnight. But that's basically what I end up doing with my AFK time is I like to pick things that are kind of annoying to do with my AFK time because I don't really care how much money I make AFK. Because a lot of the majority of money is going to be active made. So whether that's gathering, hunting, actively. So yeah, we'll just wait until we get back to land. I'll see you guys there. And we're back here. All right, so then basically what I will do is I'll end up and repairing everything, getting it set up for when I go to bed. So I will repair everything. I'll take this out, and then I will go head on up to the top. All right, now we are back up on top of this mountain, right? So that's basically down where I was. Come back up here, and then I will go ahead and reapply Villa. And then I will head back. All right, now we're basically going to just go ahead and head back to my AFK spot. I do have it saved on here on loop 3. That's basically my AFK sailing route. And then I think loop 1 and 2 is my like AFK training route, if I ever want to level up training. But basically I will get this set up. I will also check the market. All right, so basically come home and check the market, see if I sold anything. And it looks like we did. We sold a couple stuff. What did we sell? All right, so we sold some powder of time. We sold some bear meat. We sold some hard-boiled shellfish. And we sold a frigate. And we also sold, it looks like a Tetmanos sailor's clothes. And then I'll kind of check to see what I maybe won in pre-orders. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that I will pre-order and end up turning into money later. So for example, we won some fish, some dried fish. We're gonna make some organic feed later. We won some mushrooms, which are gonna go towards trash crates. So a lot of this stuff is mainly just for trash crates. You can buy it from the vendor, but it is cheaper. Okay, over here we're actually investing. So some of these items, because you might be like, oh my gosh, look at this freaking long, holy moly, this giant like pre-order list. Well, a lot of this stuff is either stuff where I can make more money in or stuff that I am investing in. So like, for example, pig blood, we're buying some pig blood, we're investing into it. We're buying at these really low, cheap prices. And then you can see these like more higher prices. Same thing with this. Scorched frags, you can see, are very cheap. They've been cheap for about the past 4 months. And we're just going ahead and scooping all this stuff. I'm not going to do this on stream, buy all that, but that's typically what I'm doing. Is a lot of this stuff I either can make more money with or stuff that I can invest in. So a lot of stuff that is min price. You will see me scooping on up and just buying anything basically that is min price. If you guys saw my trillion video, which I do recommend watching, this is how I get rich in BDO. Is basically I go through the markets and we scoop tons of materials, tons of mats that are min price. Because the saying is that it won't always be min price. It will never forever be min price. It will eventually go up. And when it does, we will have all the mats. All of them. Check my pre-orders. See if anyone uppercut me at all. See how the market's kind of looking. Events might pop up. So, for example, tomorrow I believe we get a double minigame event. So, kind of looking at the energy pots. Well, because we get a double minigame event, it looks like the energy pots are starting to sell out. So there's probably going to be a lot of people gathering the next couple of days with the double minigame event. Yeah, that pretty much covers my whole list. If I sell anything, then I will go replace it. So we did sell some powder of time. We ended up selling some bear meat. Maybe I have some of that. But basically, I will just go ahead and check the market. So I'll be right back. And we're back on my main character. What up? Okay. So then what I do is I will empty, right, everything that I basically just bought. We will go ahead and clean out everything that we just bought. So a lot of this stuff I will end up reorganizing. Just don't look at my seeds. Okay, don't look at these. All right, I know I have a lot of seeds, but we're supposed to get a seed change, which has not come to the game yet. I don't know why. PA is just like, yeah, guess what, guys? We're gonna combine the seeds and you'll be able to put it in the storage. But guess what? It might take a little while. And that was like over a year ago. Still waiting on that seed change. That would be nice because it could free up a bunch of slots. But basically, I will go through all my stuff. Now, yes, there is an auto move, but there are stuff that I don't want to take out of this inventory. So that's why I don't do the auto move if people are like wondering. But yeah, then we'll basically just go ahead and reapply some mats to the market that I had sold. Nice, this is looking like a juicy. We coming back up. Here you go, alchemist. What else do we got? What else did I sell? I sold like bear meat. Okay, pork looks kind of cheap. We're not going to sell that. Wolf meat's up. We can go ahead and get rid of that. So basically, I will look over materials and see what I need to sell. And I do it based off the market. So on my stream, a lot of the time, here, I'll just pull up a paint. I'll pull up a paint so I can show you guys what I'm talking about with the market. So if this was the market, and this was min price, this was max price. Basically, what we're doing is we're looking for materials that have entered this side of the market. This is what I call the sell zone. And then this section down here near min price is called the buy section. So basically, I'm taking silver, I'm investing it into min price items. Any markets that come up, then I am the player that is dumping. So that's basically how I play the market game. Is we're kind of looking at some markets. We're seeing what is up, what is not up, what is coming down, etc. What do we got? We got some bear blood. You know what? Yeah, you guys look like you want some bear blood. So as you can tell, right, we're not selling when it's super cheap, but we're selling when it's expensive. So we can get the most silver. What else do we got? We got some rhino hide. Oh no, they're crashing it. Why, NA? Why? Why do you min list? You evil people. Alright, I'm gonna throw it up there. That's fine. What is this? Nope, I don't know. Powder of Earth came down as well. We had a bunch of min listers. I hate the min listers. And then there will be some mats that I will sell. Like I will sell these timbers because I do not process for money. So some of these more expensive timbers I will sell as long as they're above the halfway point. But any timbers that are below the halfway point, we won't sell. So like birch timber, I'm not selling. Elder tree, I'm not. Pine, I'm not. Ash, I'm not. These are all these are all very cheap timbers. So basically, we're holding on to them until they gain value. So we'll go ahead and go over here. We'll look at, okay, we got white cedar still above the halfway point. This is still above the halfway point. This is at max. We can go ahead and sell that. This is at max. We can go ahead and sell that. This is slowly bleeding. A lot of ups and downs. We'll go ahead and sell that. Go ahead and sell this. As you can tell, I have birch at 28, so it looks like I had listed it maybe 2 months ago when it peaked up here. I got it on the market. Also, a good way is I will leave this item here, right? And then when it does sell, it notifies me and lets me know that the market is up. So, um, basically, like some of these items, like I have this at 43K. Well, that would have been right here is when I was selling. So, if it ever reaches that point again, then I will get notified because then people will have bought this and I will be like, cool, the market's back up. So, a lot of the time, I will leave certain items. Um, so, like up here, when this market came up, that's when I was selling, etc. Same thing with this. This is kind of bleeding down as well. And yeah, basically that's what I do when I get home. Now, after that is done, then I do the daily chores. So, for example, we got Imperials. Let's go do it. I'm going to go ahead and swap to my Imperial alt, and then I'll be right back. All right, so now we're on my alt, and we're going to go ahead and grab my cook and alchemy gear. I'm also going to go ahead and made my sailing. There we go. Grab these accessories. Awesome. And then we'll go ahead and swap to alchemy. And I will go ahead and grab the Imperials. So I'll grab the Imperials. We're sitting at a nice whopping 3K mastery like a boss. So basically we popped one of these. We got the 3K mastery. And then we're going to skedaddle down here. You know, skedaddling down the road. Jordan, why don't you turn him in at Heidel? It's way closer. I know. Or Grana. And then we'll go ahead and make the swap. We'll get the 3K alchemy, 3K cooking, and then we will head on back up. Now it's time to go do farms. Ah, yes, my beautiful farmer. All right, and then what we do is basically we took all our gear off. We put it back in here, and then I have to do this little swappy thing. I don't know why PA doesn't just go ahead and add the accessories to this thing. Like, wouldn't that be nice if PA would just put the accessories in this so then we wouldn't have to keep doing this and swap gear around? It's very tedious. I don't know why they do that. Go ahead and grab the Caphras journal. This is basically my next duty that I will do when I get home is I will go ahead and go do the farms. So I do have my farms in Velia. No specific reason other than I used to catch horses. So I would catch horses. I would catch horses up here, so that's kind of why I put my farms up here. But right now, I guess pertaining to this video, is there are no events going on right now. Absolutely zero events. And so during events, I will typically prioritize making money in farming. Okay? So during non-events, money, which means magic seeds. Okay? And I will put workers on my farms. Now, if there is a life event, then I change my farms to XP farming, in which then I am planting purple mushrooms. Reason why is because eventually I want to go for a splendid life stone. So one of these light stones, I would love to get a splendid. We'll end up changing my farm, or we'll change my pets to my farm pets. We'll make sure the buffs are popped. Yes, cows, I know. I know. And then we'll go ahead and do these farms. I'm going to skip this part once I finish the farm, so we'll be back. And bam, just like that, we're done, like literally instantly, like less than a second. And then what I will do is I will end up catching a horse. So I will throw this in my little routine, get some training XP, because why not, right? There's a horse, why not catch it? So we'll do a little bit of this, and we'll catch the horse. Mainly for these dailies, which I'm about to show you. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so I'll hop on it, and then basically what I'll do is I'll hop off, and then we're going to go ahead and hop on my horse, and I will meet you guys at the stable. Shoot, I messed up. Okay, so I talked to this Liana, which is right next to the stable, and I will turn in these quests. So basically we got that. This is for doing cooking guru imperials. This is for taming a horse or catching a horse. Boom. We got that done. Check some of these. All right, we already did all this. Here's another one. Training a horse for the weekly. The farming. Gather, hunting, alchemy, fishing, training. You have all these weeklies. And they will give you these things, which are Floramos petals, which basically you will turn into Florin scrolls, which give you 100 mastery. Who would not want this, right? And 20% XP for 1 entire hour. You can make a bunch of these by doing these weeklies, which I do recommend. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn in this horse that we just caught, and then we're going to glue him. We're going to sell him. We're going to say, nope, we don't want you. You are pointless. Now, if it was gold, I would end up keeping it, but it's not gold, so we're just going to int it into glue. Goodbye. All right, and now my next activity, we're going to go do the next daily called sniper hunting. Let's go do it. Oh my goodness, never mind. We have 10 minutes on storage maids. I don't have enough maids to transfer the gear. But basically what I would end up doing is I would end up going to this character. I guess I'll just swap over to him anyways and show you guys the daily that I do. Alright, we're on my sniper hunter. Oh yeah. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up going up to this dude right here. His name's Hunt KK Ebby, and we'll basically click on him, and I will do these 2 quests right here for honeys. I actually end up skipping this right here. I don't do this one. This one's gross. But these basically are dailies, and you get these little daily honeys, and when you get 10 of them, you get to fight this giant bear called Thunderpaw. And he has a chance, I believe it's around 10 to 15% chance to give you a Thunderpaw head. So typically what I will do is I will save up about 7 of these. And I will then go run my Thunderpaws and hope for a head. But that's basically the dailies. Now, we're going to talk about what I do when there are no events, what I do when there are events, etc. So first off, let's start with when there are no events, what do I do? So when there are no events, I typically will go for money. Money, 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 money. And what I like to do is I like to check BDOlytics. So then what I will do is I will come here and I will look at cooking, and I'll go look at the market, and I'll be like, what is good? Now typically being like a mid-game / end-game life skiller, like I said, here are my life skills, and typically with my gear, I'm sitting around 2.5k basically for everything. So like 2.5k gathering. I think I'm like 2.6k hunting, 2.5k cooking, 2.5k alchemy, 2.3k processing, somewhere around there, and so on and so forth. So I like to use this website right here, and I will make sure that everything is changed. We have a merchant ring, we have the value pack, family fame. I will change all these stuff to what I am, basically. This one we actually could change to here, and bam. And then I'll go ahead and kind of like browse the market, see if there's any like good stuff that's at least 2 billion silver. That's typically my goal, is to make at least 2 bill plus an hour. Anything that is below that, I just ignore. So I do not, basically 90% of this cook market, I do not even focus on at all when it comes to making money. I think last cook session we did some hard boiled shellfish, which I got from gathering underwater and pushing XP during a life event. That's basically how I got to Guru 50 gathering. But I'll basically look for things that are around 2 bill an hour. All right, and then we'll come over to alchemy. We'll look at alchemy's market. Looks like purifieds are doing pretty okay, except the daily volume really, really bad. So that's very volatile. What else do we got? We got Vel's powder. We got perfume of insight, detection elixirs. Now, to keep in mind, also these alchemy prices are do not include the byproducts. Okay, and there is a certain amount of money that you do get from byproducts. You get like, so alchemy is actually kind of deceiving on BDolytics. It's kind of hidden. There's a lot of hidden stuff in alchemy. Um, but like detections are looking pretty good. Death was looking good, but you know, the alchemists come in and they love to kill the market. Um, Maybe I'll go look at some processing stuff. So we'll look at some stuff that's really good money. So coral stuff, maybe some supreme hides looking pretty good. It looks like some drafts maybe are doing pretty good. Some pures are doing okay, and so on and so forth. And then I also will go to Garmoth. So we'll go to garmoth.com where I have some recorded data as well. I will go test stuff and I will see what is doing good in the markets. So maybe I will look at like Griffin Claws. I used to gather this. How is this market doing? Looks like it's starting to go up, which it looks like it's getting there, becoming pretty good. So then I'll come over here and I'll look to see how much money an hour it is. Okay, so it's about 1.8 bill an hour. It's pretty decent. It's not terrible. It is getting better. Let me go ahead and look at sniper hunting, because this is typically what I love doing, is sniper hunting. But guys, don't tell the grinders, all right? Just make sure you guys keep this on wrap. This is a life skill, you know. We gotta hide it from the grinders. All right, cool. So it looks like we're making about. Let me change this. That's not looking very good. All right, so now keep in mind this was my recording at 2K mastery, pretty average, and we're looking at 2.4 bill an hour at 2K mastery. Now I'm 2.6K, so we're gonna be making more than this. All right, which is, you know, what I enjoy doing. I like coming over here hunting. We can kind of look at some of the prices of stuff. Oh, bear blood. Dang, bear blood's way up. We got conks, max, gemfrag, sharp, stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would do during non-events. Now let's talk about life events. Okay, so if we get a life event, then what I will do is I'll kind of look at my life skills and I'm like, okay, what do I feel like pushing? What am I gonna work on next? Now, on my levels, I'm trying to get full guru. I think that would look really cool, just to be guru everything. Now, sailing's going to take me over a year and a half of AFK sailing. This is going to take a long time. This is like, I got to set it up at night, set it up in the morning for over a year and a half if I want to get to guru sailing. That's gonna be a while. But bartering's fairly easy, so maybe I'll work on bartering. Now, last life event, I pushed Guru 50 Gathering. All right, cool. Demon Land, baby. We got Demon Gathering. We got some Demon Scorpion, Demon Lions, Demon Bear, Demon Logs, Demon Roughstone, Demon Meal, Demon Harmony, Demon. Yeah, no, it's probably not. It's a bunch of copium, but that would be cool, if PA maybe it was like, you know what, guys, in order to gather for these new recipes, you got to be G40 gathering in order to get into those new recipes. Or if they wanted to do it with mastery, I'm hoping PA will be like, hey, you want to gather this thing. Well, guess what? You need 2,500 mastery in order to gather it. Just give more value and have what I like to call gate kept content. Love it. Right? Grinders get all the gate kept content. I would love it if Lifeskillers got it. And I think it would be fair, right? It's not fair if only one side of the game gets gate kept content, where the life skill gate kept content. You know what I'm saying? The life skillers understand. But typically on life events, I will plan them. So my next life event, I'm actually going to be pushing training. So I'm going to be capturing a bunch of horses. I want to get to bartering, but I am trying to finish my boat. I want to get all blue gear before I start hard pushing bartering. I even created a season character specifically for bartering called Easy Barter XP. So this is going to be my little season character to get the extra season bonus to life skills. We already have him set up. But I am wanting to finish my boat before I get into that. So I will typically plan around stuff. Now, during non-events, a lot of the time, when it comes to cooking, alchemy, processing, if I want to push these life skills, I like to buy mats when there is no event. Because typically during an event, I'll just show an example. Like during an event, you get these like ridiculous pumps. We've had a long life event, and then once the events end, right? This is during a life event. Once the events end, the materials start to come back down because there's less buyers. So typically on non-events, I will wait and hope, let the market do its thing, and typically the market will then start to come back down from a bunch of people pushing XP. So keep that in mind. This will probably be in a later video of how I became a trillionaire. But so during life events, mats go up, right? You have a lot more people pushing life skills, or what I call the late buyers. During non-events, mats come down. A lot less people buying mats to push life skills. Okay, so I like to take advantage and buy when there's no events, and then when there is events, I can sell. So essentially, you want to sell the life events and you want to buy the non-events. That's typically how the market works. So that's basically what I do for life events is I will push farming, I'll swap my farming to pushing for XP, and then I will focus life skills and decide which one I feel like pushing. So next life event, I'm going to be doing training. We're going to push that as many horses as I can catch. Also, something I forgot to mention, I do trade, so let me go ahead and do this while I'm on this long video. And I am actually trading trash crates. So we make trash crates in Calpheon, and I will send them to Buckbow. So I'll go ahead and get a nice stack going, and basically we'll just let this build up over time, and then whenever I feel like turning it in, I will go turn it in and level up my trading. I also will check this soul workshop, and we'll go see if we got any food buffs, because it does reset at 8, and there are no food buffs, there are no food buffs, and there are no food buffs. And then what I will do is, ooh, we got an artisanal. is I will look at these items. So we got quartz sand, we got nacre, and we have alloy. And I will go check. So we have about 11k alloy. We have about 2.6k nacre. And we have about, what is this? The sand, quartz sand. We have about 8.6k. So I will look at what I have the most of, and I will end up re-rolling it. So we have alloy. So I'm going to go over to my alloy one over here. We're going to go ahead and hit this re-roll. And it looks like we got some ink. So that'll build that up instead of building up the alloy. And then what I will do is whatever mats I have too much of, I will mainly focus those. So this is alloy, nacre, getting rid of some of that alloy. We're getting rid of some of that mud. However, I am getting low on Rammy, so I will probably end up changing this one soon. Getting rid of more alloy. And then what else are we getting rid of? We're getting rid of some hanj and bamboo. Can make a ton of these little fans. And then what I will do is I will end up transferring these over here to Valencia. So we send the Soul Workshop ones over to Valencia. Whenever I feel like collecting those, I will. And let's see here. What else do we got over here? We got a little frigate that we need to pop out. Get another boat going. Go ahead and do that. And then let me go ahead and do this. Repeat all. And feed my workers. Oh yeah, we got to make sure the workers are all fed as well. And that's basically it. That's how I play the game. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to see me live, go ahead and stop in at Twitch or on YouTube. I just started streaming on YouTube. And as far as VODs go, I will have VODs on the live, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.